go through that weekend and finish as the top amateur?
Yeah, that was a thrill. I mean, I've been really fortunate over the last year, starting with the national championship, to see our guys do something special like that. Then 2 months later, to be standing there while Victor wins the U.S. Amateur at a historic venue, and then to watch him do what he did at Augusta is just a thrill and an honor for me to be on the bag. It was great that he was able to just be himself there and perform. He kept asking me, it's like, Coach, what's wrong with me? I'm really calm, I'm relaxed, where most kids are freaking out. So it was really just a thrill to be there. And then things got kicked up a notch to kind of witness history there on Sunday with Tiger, and for him to get to sit next to him, stand on the green while the crowd's going crazy for him. That was really special.
You said that before, when you'd gone with OSU guys, that they hadn't made the cut in the Masters, right? So what do you think it was? Was it that calm demeanor, or what was it about Victor that allowed him to do that?
Probably. He wasn't overwhelmed by being there. Who knows? Maybe I screwed those other guys up and just shut up this time. I don't know. But he's a very good player, and he's had a lot of success, was playing very well leading in, and you never know what the difference is in a week. But it was just cool to see him get to play the weekend, and a relief for me. I finally wasn't the anchor that kept him down.
So Victor said that he was in Butler Cabin when Tiger won, right? Where were you at that time?
Well, when we finished, it was actually really cool. I was waiting around for him to finish with interviews, and one of the members came up and grabbed Victor, myself, and my son was there just watching the tournament too. So the three of us, he took us to another cabin, the Firestone cabin, and he said, you're going to be the low amateur, so I've got to look after you before we go into Butler Cabin. You'll be able to watch the tournament in there. And we went in there, and Condoleezza Rice was in there. So Victor and the three of us, me, Victor, my son, we watched the last, say, hour and a half of the broadcast with Condoleezza, and that's where I was when he was in the Butler Cabin.
I know he was busy, of course, that day. Did you get to talk to Tiger at all?
I did, just briefly afterwards. I talked to him once earlier in the week, and I just shook his hand when he came off the putting green and told him great job.
How big is it for the program that whenever they're in Butler Cabin and you see Tiger next to a kid in an OSU shirt?
Well, it's huge. I think they said there were 18 million people or something like that watching. So to see the Swingin' Pete logo there was huge, but more than that, to just see a product of our program, Victor Hovland, represent himself with that much class and humility on a big stage like that. That's huge for Oklahoma State golf, but just for our university as a whole. So it was a really proud moment, I think, for anyone that bleeds orange, for sure.
You joked that you didn't hold him down because he made the cut, but how much did your experience at Augusta really help, and maybe even the practice rounds, just getting him ready for what it was going to be like come Thursday?
We did a good job of preparing him with the people that he played with in the practice rounds. That was fantastic. Victor did all the work. All I did was try to give him conviction and trust in the decisions that he was making, and I do have some experience there, so hopefully that helps some. But he played with 7 major championship winners throughout the week, and prior to the tournament starting, he played 9 holes with Sergio on Monday, which was super helpful to have the 2017 champion. He played with Bernard Langer on Tuesday, the 85 and 93-ish champion, and then to play with Dustin Johnson, the #1 player in the world, and Brooks Koepka and Ricky on Wednesday. I think all of that was huge. So collectively, he had some nice experience. If he didn't believe maybe what I might have said, those guys kind of backed all that up. So what an education for a kid. And then in the tournament, he played with Patrick Reed and Webb Simpson. So we got to see a lot of different styles of play. He also played with Jimmy Walker. So all those guys had won major championships. And Ricky hasn't won a major, but he's won the Players' Championship, and he's been right there in contention, especially at the Masters. So to take all that knowledge and put it into use in the tournament was super helpful, and that's going to be huge for him as he tries to lead our team to another championship and then for his future as a professional.
What were your interactions like with the 4 other OSU guys that were there?
We spent some time with Charles Howell. There were a lot of rain delays and things. We spent a long period of time talking with Alex Noren. Victor liked that a lot, and I hadn't seen Alex in a while, but both of them being Scandinavians, they got to speak some, I don't know what they were speaking. I mean, Victor's from Norway, Alex from Sweden, but they were speaking some foreign language that was the same, or at least they could understand. So that was fun. Talked to Kevin Tway pretty much every day, Ricky every day. I had dinner with Ricky and his family, and Charles. Who am I missing? I guess that's everybody. But so yeah, there was a lot of time around all of them. Not all on the golf course, but most of it at the golf course. And then Victor's played practice rounds with Charles, so they had a nice banter going back and forth because Victor ditched Charles. They were maybe going to play on Wednesday, and he ditched him for Ricky and DJ and those guys. So they had a great, friendly banter back and forth. We hurt Charles' feelings for not playing with him on Wednesday.